Hi everybody, I want to show you what I have been working on because it's been a lot of work and I've been putting a lot of effort into it, and maybe some people might be able to get something out of it if they want help with their online Schoology, if you're a Buffalo music teacher or other teacher, inspiration, motivation, etc. But I'm also really happy because today I discovered something that actually made me have fun for the first time in weeks. But just to give you an overview, this is the Buffalo Public School Schoology website. This is my page, and as you can see, I have a lot of classes. So, like, if I go back a couple of pages here, you can see how many classes I have. I have a lot of classes. So this is really unwieldy. If it was up to me, I would just group them all in one, like, fourth grade class. I'd put them all together. But it wasn't up to me. This came this way. But can you see what I'm talking about? This is how many students I have. Each of these represents, 25, 30 kids, whatever. Some of them are smaller. But here, so I'm going to go into this one. And then we had to put something for each week. I put the deadline as June 26th because this is just a crazy situation, and I've never used this before. But anyway, I took a tutorial on how to use Schoology, so it taught me how to set this stuff up. And then I pretty much like downloaded my brain to put information in here that I would have taught the students at school. So the biggest challenge was figuring out how to adapt it for this platform. But for example, I learned how to put a picture on here. It was a canned picture. I used one of their pictures. I don't know how to, I guess I could put my own picture in, but I just used the one that they had. And then, you can add materials. So I put in the directions and just a check-in, and then a couple of weeks of assignments. The thing that I found today that made me so happy was in this one. So as you can see, I have all kinds of things in here for them to do. They just click on here to get the directions, and I try to keep that simple so they can kind of read through it. And then there's a link to a YouTube. Now this is one of the first pages I did. It's way too wordy. I need to, it's hard to format in Schoology. It's hard to make it look good. But anyway, you get the idea. So then you click on next, and it takes you to the next page. Oops, I went too far. This is my favorite. This is the page I want to show you. So I spent some time writing this stuff. Let's see if I can fit it into the screen. It's for fourth grade, so I tried to keep it kind of basic. There's something for them to read, and then some pictures, and then I put all this together with the instruments. You have to load these pictures in one at a time. It's very time consuming. Then I picked a bunch of musicians, and I wrote biographies for each of these people, something fourth grade level, 1-2 paragraphs. I went on and I made quizzes and stuff for Louis Armstrong, but I haven't had time to do them for everybody else. So I figured it's Louis Armstrong, everybody, but you can have exposure to all these other people. And maybe in May, if we're still closed, I'll come back and do some of the other artists. I loaded in the little pictures. This is kind of the thing I was learning all this time. So then, now I'm about to show you the really fun thing. So here's Louis Armstrong's biography I wrote. And then I found out from another Schoology tutorial how to put a wheel in. Look at that. Click to spin. And I put all my jazz musicians' name on here. And then they can spin it to pick a random one. Let's see who we get. George Gershwin. See? So then I could pick another one. Isn't this fun? Ooh, Danny Barker. Let's do another. I mean, this made me happy. This today actually made me happy. Ooh, Glenn Horiuchi. And then you could go down and read about him. So then this isn't, I had to put all this stuff in here. This is basically information I already kind of had on hand in a different format. I use PowerPoint and show it to the kids in class, or I print it out in a handout. So how do I get this information to them on Schoology? Well, it was very time consuming, but and I have way more on here than I need. But that's how I work. I'm downloading my brain. So then I wanted an Asian artist. So I found Glenn Horiuchi, Asian American, Japanese American. He was pretty cool. So then there's links to these artists on my YouTube page so they can listen to them. And then, I mean, again, isn't that the greatest thing? Look at that. I could play with that all day. Ooh, Warren Baby Dodds. Oh, he's great. So then when they finish looking at this page, they have to go to next. And I'm going to show you the quiz that I made for Louis Armstrong. One more page. One more page. I got to go back to the questions. So then I go in the preview. This is a lot of. So, they would have to match the cities. Oh, this is just jazz geography. Yeah, jazz geography. Match the cities. Because they got to know where they are. They don't know their the maps, Then the next one. Whoops, cancel. I'm still learning how to do this thing. Questions, leave. I'll go to the next one. Jazz instruments. Questions. These are just fill in the blank. They have to name them. Tell me what it is. And another one, I don't like the fact that it comes up with. Okay, so then I was trying to explain to them, I got too many in there, just do Louis Armstrong. So here comes Louis. So I'll go to preview. Louis. I put the biography back in here. And then just a couple of really easy questions. Maybe some that are not so easy, but you have to read the biography. And then I was able to embed the video. And you can make it bigger if you do whole screen. Let me see.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's one you all can sing with us. When the Saints go marching in.
So that's handy because it's right there. And then they have to write something in there. Oh, and then I put this on here. It's probably too hard. But so you get the idea. This is a lot of work. A lot of work. A lot of work. But I've learned a lot. And I've actually had a few students now that they have iPads. A couple of students have found their way on here and done a couple of the little quizzes things that I put on there. And that's that. So if anybody wants to know more about it, send me a message. Thanks for watching. I kind of needed to just share that wheel. It made my day.